if you're sensitive to too much information, if you think I am a nice, trustworthy person, if you have faith in the motivations of the people around you, step away from this video, please. Nothing to see here. I kind of had trouble choosing a topic this week. The topic that I am about to talk about did kind of get my attention at first. I thought maybe I should do that. I may have an interesting opinion about that. But I mean, I haven't been on this channel for long, and I didn't want to like blindside anyone with anything too unusual. So I was all set to do something different, and then I saw a couple of other people's videos about this topic, and I was like, nope, I'm doing the fetishy subject. Okay, I think we're all familiar with the fact that asexuals can have sexual fetishes. You've seen the other videos, you may have seen the threads on Avon talking about people who have fetishes. But what I've always noticed is it seems like a lot of asexuals who talk about fetishes are still talking about getting some sort of sexual enjoyment from it, like getting physically turned on, masturbation, orgasms, what have you. So what I want to address is what happens when a supposed sexual fetish may not be that sexual after all. Right, here's where the too much information starts. I am what some people call a non-libidoist, although I think that's a really unwieldy word, but basically no sexual responses, no sex drive, just saying. But I have some subjects that I have thought of as kinks or fetishes for, because there are some subjects that excite me and I get mental enjoyment in a more abstract way. And I did used to think that I could have sexual fetishes. I guess the excitement and the obsession and the extent to which I enjoy the way I feel from these interests has made me feel like it is kind of a personal thing that shouldn't be shared with anyone who is the subject of it or who inspires it, even though it isn't sexual. The thing is, I have sort of had it tested whether seeing people do things or wear things or look ways or act ways that I am interested in these ways in person in front of me would make me like want in their pants. Surprise, it doesn't. It doesn't always involve me observing other people. It occasionally can involve me imagining I am another person or character that I would like to think of in a certain way that I can emulate in myself. That sentence didn't make any sense. That's always really fun, because if it's around other people I'm doing this, I feel like, oh, I have a great big secret that nobody else knows, and yeah, I'm creepy. Another thing is, whenever I am observing something or fantasizing about hypothetical images or situations, it's not like I want to go home and get off to it as soon as possible. It's more like the mental focus on it is the enjoyment, no further action needed. So that means I can be enjoying these things anywhere. How do you like that thought? I know I make jokes about being creepy and being a pervert all the time, and without that sexual element, how perverted I would seem by like sexual person standards. Who knows if I would, but sometimes I do wonder if it makes me more or less creepy that I have these weird quirks and I'm asexual, because I mean sometimes sometimes I think that people would find it less creepy because, I mean, no one wants somebody else to be like getting sexual enjoyment from them without their knowledge. But on the other hand, sometimes I think it makes it seem stranger and like more creepy that I don't even have a sexual motivation and I still have this weird glitch in my brain that makes me fascinated with some things. And if people knew that I was attracted to some way that they acted or some way that they looked in this weird way, then they might find that even stranger. Like when asexuals discuss how do you feel when someone is sexually attracted to you, like a lot of people are made really uncomfortable by that. Even a lot of sexual people are made really uncomfortable by sexual attention or attraction in some way that they don't want. And sometimes I feel like it would be like, oh god, she's attracted to me in her weird alien way that I don't understand. So my solution is usually just to not tell people, or maybe like make joking comments at someone and they'll think, oh no, she's asexual, she wouldn't be thinking anything questionable, of course not. In case you're dying to know any of these, visually, I think I like it when people wear costumes or accessories or makeup that make them seem like not really 100% human, which is really weird because I can also be really scared of the image of the concept of things that are human-like but not really. And I feel the same about heavy black eye makeup. I think a lot of people look so gorgeous, I can't stop staring and I'm obsessed whenever they wear a lot of black eye makeup. And obviously I like it on myself, I'm sure you have noticed before, but I can also be really terrified of images of things with big eyes with a lot of black around them. It's kind of odd. And I also sometimes like it when people act flustered and nervous, and you might get kind of freaked out by that if you know me. Like you think that the next time anything like that happens around me I'm going to be like, but don't worry, it doesn't happen that often. Now next week I'm going to be out of town and probably not have access to a computer and for long enough to do this, and will have my first unable to post a video time in my time as a Hot Pieces of Ace member, so I apologize for that. And in the meantime, do any of you have experience with not so sexual kinks or fetishes? I've tried asking this question in the fetish threads on Avon several times and with not really any of the kind of explanations I was looking for. So what are your experiences with this?